One monetary failure in the world is in Germany in the early 1900s. This country experienced hyperinflation during this time. This hyperinflation was due to the fact that Germany went to war in the early 1900s. They thought this war would be a quick and easy victory for the country. The Weimar government printed banknotes to pay for the war instead of taxing people more heavily, which many countries did during this time of depression. The German stock exchange was closed for the duration of the war, and foreign exchange rates were not published. This means that the German population did not know how bad the inflation crisis was while it continued to climb. At the end of the war, the Treaty of Versailles was established, which demanded Germany to pay a huge amount in reparations. Foreigners began to lose confidence in the currency as they saw Germany had no way to pay these reparation demands. Germany could not pay an installment of reparations on time to France, which made things worse. Ruhr strikers invaded the country of Germany, causing outsiders to be fearful of doing business with this country for years. The German government kept printing money as a solution, but this obviously did not help the situation.
Economists believe that this inflation crisis helped lay the groundwork for the Nazi Party. Overall, the inflation crisis in Germany installed fear within the German public.
Years later, the German government finally set up a new currency, the Rentenmark. This currency was backed by land and industrial goods, which established trust back in the German economy. Another monetary failure in the world around the same time is in Japan. This country experienced a deflation in their economy in the late 1900s.
In the 1980s, Japan had very low interest rates, which caused both the stock market and the real estate market to overvalue property. Valuations in property tripled during this time. In response, Japan's finance ministry raised interest rates. Following this was a crash in the stock market. This crash made it so that borrowers could not pay back their debts. The aftermath of the crash created a lost decade in 1990. It is called this due to the lack of economic expansion for nearly 10 years in a very low stock market. Deflation was created, which is a reduction of prices. This is the opposite of most countries in which prices are rising. The Japanese now save much more, which has negatively affected their GDP. They now have tighter household budgets and are much more sensitive to fluctuations in price. This does not help the economy to recover because a lack of spending lowers consumption and therefore lowers GDP. Their economy recovered from deflation much slower than other industrialized nations.
Although there have not been firm resolutions to the deflation problem, economists suggest that Japan should increase wages or even the money supply to help jumpstart the economy.